You're watching the Alabama Weather Network.
It's Thursday, the 18th of December. This is James Spann. We have rain falling over parts of Alabama. We'll continue the chance of rain at times through about 9, 10 o'clock tonight. There might be a strong storm over northwest Alabama this evening, a very conditional threat. We'll talk about that as we go. We turn colder temporarily tomorrow. But let's go right to the radar. And again, if you're watching live on the social platforms, YouTube, Facebook, we're live at 2:19 this afternoon. You can see a pretty large mass of rain falling over parts of southeast Alabama. Showers over the central and northern counties of the state. Some pretty big rain amounts. In fact, I was looking at the Skywatcher reports, and we love our Skywatchers, by the way. They report daily. And our Skywatcher at Foley has reported over 3 inches of rain with this thing. This is very much overproduced, if you will, down in the far southern part of the state. Other rain amounts are much lighter. So let's take a closer look. And again, we are looking at the activity at 2:20 this afternoon. And over the northern part of the state, these are just showers. There's no thunder. There's no lightning. It's a pretty cool, stable air mass. Raining from near Northport and Lake Tuscaloosa up to about the Owens Crossroads. Down to the south, Birmingham, just a lot of rain. Just a big old rain mass down here through parts of central Alabama. Let's go to the southeastern part of the state, and again, you can see that widespread rain is falling. Dothan, Enterprise, Ozark, Headland, Abbeville, Eufaula, Geneva, Andalusia. Just good old-fashioned rain. And we'll check the the southwestern corner of the state, and things are relatively quiet there now after some heavier rain early today. Showers in progress over parts of the Florida Peninsula. And, of course, the question is, could we see a strong storm this evening? We'll talk about that as we go. Here's the upper air look, and again, we have a pretty decent trough axis that's helping to provide support for the rain today. Visible satellite view, and it's really hard to find much clearing over Alabama. There's a little bit over the western side, but not much, and you really need to see a little bit of sun here to get the air unstable. And keep in mind, the sun goes down on December 18th at 4:45 in the afternoon, so time is running out very quickly for any serious destabilization. There's the radar composite across the region. Again, showing those large areas of rain across Alabama. And then a couple of lines of showers, one over Tennessee, one over Arkansas. That's in advance of the front. Fairly mild. We've got mostly 60s, low and mid-60s for most of the state. The warm spot is Gulf Shores. They have managed to reach 70 today. And, it's nasty up north. Blizzard warnings for parts of northwest Minnesota and South Dakota. Wind issues down across the plain states, down into Kansas. Wind advisories for the northeast United States with that system approaching them. So here's the deal. On the late morning update, SPC, the Storm Prediction Center, introduced a very low-end marginal risk of severe storms for parts of north and west Alabama. Basically, north of a line from near Demopolis to about Pelham and Fort Payne. Areas in dark green on that map. And again, the wind dynamics are okay, but the thermodynamics are not okay for severe storms. We'll take a look at all the parameters here in just a second. Tomorrow, no severe storms expected, maybe some thunder for the northern half of the Atlantic coast. And on day 3, which is Saturday, maybe some thunder for parts of northern California and southwest Oregon. So this is the rain for the next 7 days. Rain amounts, and this is what's coming down today, about a ½ inch for most locations. And really, after today, we just don't see any meaningful chance of rain all the way through Christmas week. There might be a day with a couple of little spotty showers, but no big deal. The new drought monitor released this morning. This product comes out once a week on Thursday morning. This is the new update. And drought conditions have expanded into North Alabama. We have a D1 moderate drought now defined for Birmingham up to Athens and Huntsville, Decatur, Cullman. And again, the most significant drought conditions, that's that D3 extreme drought over parts of West Alabama. That's not changed. Up to Greensboro, down toward Demopolis and Linden. But a few spots are okay. Marion, Lamar, Fayette counties, you're fine. Baldwin County, you're good. But again, for most of the state, we still need some rain. So let's look at what happens this evening. So this is the high-resolution HRRR model. This is a good high-res convection-allowing model that typically performs pretty well. This is valid this evening at 7 o'clock Central Time, and you can see potential for maybe some thunder in advance of the surface front that is approaching Muscle Shoals in Florence at 7 o'clock this evening. And this is your limiting factor right here. There's just not much surface-based instability. There's a little sliver of CAPE, but not much. Having said that, it doesn't take a lot of instability in the cool season for a strong or maybe severe storm to form, so keep that in mind. But generally speaking, that's just not really a look for a big severe weather problem here with numbers like that. Now, the wind dynamics, again, they're pretty good. This is the 0 to 1 kilometer storm relative felicity, SRH, the veering of the wind with altitude in relation to storm motion. And those numbers are pretty high, but because of the lack of instability, these STP values are just really not significant. STP is significant tornado parameter. That's a composite index. And again, those numbers are just very, very low. So again, tonight we'll mention maybe a strong storm over northwest Alabama, really north and west of Interstate 59. But it's a very low-end threat. But remember, when it comes to thunderstorms, what do? Expect the unexpected. So as always, we'll watch radar trends carefully. We are here at the Alabama Network. I'm in Studio B right now. We'll have all the folks in here watching it carefully just in case. So model fans, here we go tomorrow. This is coming off the European 12Z run. Tomorrow afternoon, that trough going negative tilt over the northeast United States, and a colder, drier air mass comes in here late tonight. Tomorrow morning, we will start the day in the 30s. The high will be in the 40s for the northern part of the state, 50s for South Alabama. Nothing but sunshine. Totally clear. Saturday, same thing. We start the day in the 30s. Some of the colder pockets will see a freeze. But then we bounce back nicely. From about Birmingham, Anniston, Tuscaloosa south, highs will be at or over 60. North of Birmingham and the Tennessee Valley, highs in the upper 50s. But again, a sunny day, beautiful day. So Sunday, I think it's going to be dry. You might mention a small chance of a shower for parts of southwest Alabama, but you see that most of the state dry, partly sunny, and again, 60 or higher from Interstate 20 south of the northern third of the state, highs in the upper 50s. This is Monday. Kind of looks like the same map. I promise it's different, and it's the same scenario. Every day next week, there's just a little bitty chance of a shower. I think I've thrown in a 10% chance in the public forecast. But mostly dry. Again, upper 50s, low to mid 60s. This is Tuesday. Maybe a shower over the Tennessee Valley. Most of the state still dry. Highs in the 60s. Wednesday, Christmas Eve, December 24th, looking mild and dry. Highs upper 60s and low 70s for most of the state. Christmas Day, Thursday, no change. Got that 591 upper high that's on the Louisiana coast, that upper ridge stretching in here. And again, you see a splotch of green, and it will probably throw in a 10% chance of a shower. But I think Christmas Day for most everybody will be dry. And again, upper 60s, low 70s. After starting the day in the upper 40s and low 50s. So the morning will be cool, but the afternoon should be quite mild. Let's go out 10 days. This is Sunday, December 28th. Upper low that's a little northeast of the Great Lakes, an upper low that is between Phoenix and Los Angeles. And for us, again, just looks mild and dry. Just with this type pattern, it's going to be hard to get a big rain producer in here. In fact, this is a look at rain for the next 15 days coming off the GFS all-new AI version, the GFS Ensemble. This is between now and the 1st of January, 2026. We can see into 2026 now. The mean is the green line, and again, it's sitting there about 1 inch. Not that much for this time of the year. Temperatures coming off the NBM, National Blend of Models. We've got, obviously, today we're sitting at 62. And you know what? That is an older update. Tell you what, let me drop in a new one here. There is a newer version of the NBM that is being run, V5 Parallel. and it sometimes they'll work on it, it'll take it down, it comes back up. So let's go back to the original NBM, and there we go. You see it change. This is the latest update. Tomorrow, after highs in the 60s today, will be around 50 tomorrow. 32 freezing Saturday morning, so about the northern third of the state will see a freeze, probably upper 30s down to the Gulf Coast. Upper 50s and low 60s through Monday, mid 60s Tuesday, and whoa, Nelly, look at there, Christmas Day, 70. Yeah, buddy. 70 on Wednesday, Thursday, 71 on Friday, which means we might even see some mid 70s in South Alabama. Upper 60s over the northern third of the state, but obviously white Christmas dreamers will have to depart and head north. In fact, here's the latest long-range guidance. This is for December 26th through January 1st, 2026. And again, with that big old ridge, a lot of red, temperatures will be above average. So again, let's go back to the radar. We are live at 2:30 this afternoon. And thank you for watching, by the way, later on the Alabama Weather Network. And again, we have no thunder, no lightning. The air is stable, and this is just good old-fashioned rain, what you see here. But again, as we go through the evening hours with the approaching front, there could be a strong storm. But remember, the sun goes down at 4:45 this time of the year. And with the loss of the daytime heating process, it's really going to be hard to get any decent amount of instability, surface-based instability in here. So that's the biggest limiting factor. The wind dynamics are okay. But again, with hardly any instability, this is a very low-end threat. But again, just keep in mind there is a level 1 out of level 5 marginal risk of severe storms north of a line from near Demopolis up to about Pelham, Gadsden, Fort Payne. And we'll watch the radar trends very carefully. But thank you for watching. We will be on ABC 3340 News this evening on local television. And don't forget, every day on great radio stations around the state, including in Birmingham, 98.7 KISS. Thanks for watching. Have a terrific Thursday evening, and God bless.